Texas A&M basketball coach Bucky McMillan is cooking in the transfer portal.
You are Locked On Aggies, your daily podcast on the Texas A&M Aggies, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome on into Locked On Aggies. I'm your host, Andrew Stefaniak. Thanks for making Locked On Aggies your first listen every single day. On the show today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk a little bit about the spring game. We're going to talk about the massive dub from the baseball team yesterday. I mean, talk about a way to make a statement early in a series against a really good baseball team. Huge dub. But we're going to get things kicking off here talking about Coach Bucky McMillan and what is going on in the transfer portal for the Texas A&M basketball team. So the most recent pickup was Mackenzie Mbako, who came from Indiana, a McDonald's All-American. I mean, a guy that, you know, a lot of big-time schools were after. Mbako's a great player. He averaged 12.2 points per game, 4.6 rebounds, 1.1 assists for the Hoosiers last season. 6'9", 222 pounds. And then, in his 2 years, he averaged 12.2 points per game, both seasons. I mean, the numbers are there. He's not a guy that's going to be a lights out 3-point shooter, but he can shoot. I mean, he was shooting about 4.6 attempts per game at 33%. He's a guy that I think in this system that depends on a lot of 3-point shooting, he could take that number up to 37, 38% on about that same amount of attempts per game. So, coming out of high school, he's a great shooter. Like, I just think that percentage, you'd like to see it 5% higher, and I think it can be that under Coach Bucky McMillan. So, I read the first 5-star in Texas A&M basketball history. I mean, as a transfer, he's a 4-star transfer, 94 overall transfer. Yeah, he was a 5-star recruit. Let me see where he was in that class. I remember I covered him back in the day. How do I see? Oh, recruiting profile. Yeah, he was the 10th overall player in the recruiting class out of high school. I mean, offers from Kansas, Memphis, Kentucky, Duke, Indiana, obviously. I mean, he had all of these big-time offers. He ends up going to Indiana. And, I mean, I don't think you could look at what's happened there with Mbako at Indiana and say to yourself, well, I mean, he wasn't – 12.2 points per game back-to-back seasons is good. This is college basketball. I mean, the highest points per game you really see is 20. I mean, that's a solid numbers from him 2 years straight. And I think that he can average 15 or 16 at Texas A&M this year in the system, especially if he increases his percentage shooting the ball from deep. So, I am all fine. I mean, when Bucky McMillan was announced as the head basketball coach of the Texas A&M Aggies, the concerns were very simple. There were some concerns, and it was recruiting. And I still think defense is a bit of a concern. Those were the concerns. And I mean, just this quickly, he has absolutely hushed all the haters going to get a 5-star. I mean, the first 5-star in Texas A&M basketball history. And once again, don't fact check me on that, but I mean, I just read that somewhere. On top of that addition, plus the addition of Jakari Lane, who I think is going to be really, really good. I mean, at North Alabama last year, he averaged 17.3 points per game, 3.2 rebounds, 4 assists, shot 40.6% from 3 on 5 attempts per game from deep. So, I mean, a natural one guard that can shoot the ball. I mean, just a guy that I anticipate coming in and putting up numbers, and he's proven this. Average in his 3 years at North Alabama, 12.7 points, 14.7, 17.3. He's consistently getting better, and I think that he can be that good in the SEC. I mean, he reminds me of a Mark Sears, Walter Clayton Jr. type of smaller guard that's going to come in the SEC and dominate. I think that's who Jakari Lane can be. And I mean, Jakari Lane was a guy that when he came out, when he came into the portal, there was a lot of people that, we're interested in. I mean, he of course ends up going to Texas A&M, but I mean, I think that he's a kid that is going to be very, very special over this season. I mean, he's just a guy that I think he could give you 14, 15 points a game. So, I mean, in the portal, those are two big time pieces right there. And then, I mean, of course, Coach McMillan also brought in Josh Holloway last season for him at Samford, averaged 7.9 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, 2.7 assists, shot 44% from the field, and, is a guard who the percentages, he didn't shoot the three ball a lot, only 1.9 per game last year. Percentage isn't great, but I mean, it's a system fit. Once again, obviously Bucky brought this guy with him from Samford to Texas A&M, another guy that's going to fit into the system. But I mean, those two guys right there in Jakari Lane and Baco, I think can be really good themselves. Then you've got Clements, who's a guy I'm always cool with taking a chance on a 6'11" guy who played at Kansas, played in big-time competition, played in some big-time games. I mean, I don't think it worked out great for him at Kansas, of course, but I think he's a guy that can come in here and be great for the Aggies. But we know the type of system that Bucky McMillan wants to run at Texas A&M. He wants to have a lot of players who can shoot the ball from all over the court, and I think he's putting together a roster that is going to do this just absolutely beautifully. I love the way this roster is setting itself up. And I mean, landing a player like Ibaka, I mean, once again, he was getting recruited by everybody. Will Wade was after him. He went on a visit to Kentucky. He's been recruited by a lot of big-time schools over the last few weeks. And he ends up deciding to come play for Coach Bucky McMillan at Texas A&M. And I mean, I just think that this is a really exciting addition. I mean, we're talking about a kid from, New Jersey. It's not like he was, I mean, he's coming to Texas. It not like there's a ton of time. I mean, this is just awesome. This is a great addition for Coach McMillan. And I mean, to me, this is the type of addition that proves, hey guys, watch out, because I can recruit. And that's what we needed to see improve. I mean, I think you could make the same argument for what Coach Elko had to do when he got here at Texas A&M. You needed to see that Coach McMillan could recruit. And I think landing a big fish like Mackenzie Mbako proves that right this second. He's an incredible basketball player with a high upside, still an NBA upside. I believe that if he comes to A&M this year and averages 15 points a game in this system and shoots the three ball well, yeah, NBA teams are going to be all over him. So big-time addition. I mean, these two, I'll tell you, those two additions right there, Lane and Mbako, I just think those two players right there. Now, obviously, you've got more work to do. There's more players to go get, but those two additions right there, I believe that this Texas A&M team is going to be better than I thought they were going to be a week ago. I didn't think he was going to get these type of players. I mean, Jakari Lane is a guy that I mean, and once again, he's not the highest rated guy in the portal. He's not, but Mbako was pretty, ranked pretty high. Let's see where he was ranked in the, he's 62nd overall. I find that hard to believe. I mean, he's definitely a top 50 guy, but, I mean, these two pieces right here, I just didn't see. I think Lane's a piece I could see, Coach getting, but I mean, Mbako, like, these are not pieces that we would have expected him to be getting a couple like last week. So getting pieces like this, I think that he, without a doubt, has proven that he's going to recruit at a high level. He's going to get some good players. He's going to have a really good first season. And that was the concern. I thought it was going to be, okay, well, year one's going to be a bit tough. Are they going to be able to succeed in year one? I think it's going to be tough to get some of these recruits and, yada, yada, stuff like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, he's got the players that I believe they can be successful right now, year one. So I'm proud of Coach McMillan. I mean, he walked in the door and said, boom, sit back and watch this, and went and got a great recruit in Mackenzie Mbako. I love Jakari Lane. I think Holloway is going to be a good depth piece for this team, a player that is familiar with the Bucky ball. And then Clements is a guy, take a shot on him. What's the worst that can happen? I think that he was worth a shot. So I love what Coach McMillan is doing so far in the transfer portal. I think he's cooking. I think he's going to have a roster that can compete in the SEC. The SEC next year is going to be good, but it's not going to be as good as it was last year. So, I mean, if he can just have a team that just compete, that is competing in this SEC, I still think it'll be, the best conference, but I think it's going to take a little bit back. If Coach can have just a competitive basketball team, I think it's going to go a long way. So that was really awesome to see that he's getting recruits like this. So, yeah, I'm all in on Bucky McMillan. This is all I need to see. Boom, let's go. I'm in on Bucky McMillan. Baseball team gets a colossal victory over the Arkansas Razorbacks. We talked about this series yesterday. Arkansas is a good team. They haven't lost a lot of baseball games. And we were kind of sitting and saying, man, I hope they find a way to win one this weekend in Fayetteville. Well, they won one, and there's still 2 games left. We'll talk about this game and the rest of the series coming up right here on Locked On Aggies. But first, I got to tell you about our friends over at Amazon Fire TV. Did you know your Fire TV is also an Xbox? Turn any TV into your gaming and entertainment hub with Fire TV Stick 4K devices. No console required. Just grab your paired controller, subscribe or sign into Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with EA Play included, and you'll be ready to dive into hundreds of premium titles from EA Sports College Football 25, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, as easily as you stream your favorite shows. It's gaming made simple, and it's all on your Fire TV. Latest technology, I mean, it's all there. With Wi-Fi 6/6E and auto low latency mode, advanced technology, Fire TV Stick 4K delivers smoother, more responsive gameplay with lightning fast speeds you need to stay competitive. With 4K streaming, watch more than 1.5 million movies and TV episodes from your favorite subscribed services like Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Max, and a ton more. Play high-quality Xbox games at a fraction of the cost of a console. Already have a console, a Fire TV Stick 4K device is more affordable and easier to travel with, allowing you to take your kids' games wherever you go and plug it on in. Host with hardcore gaming experience. I mean, I think that it's really simple to know that, I mean, this game, these Fire Sticks can host all the games that you're looking for and that you play. You can do it on there. It was cool for me. I don't play Rocket League a little bit. I'm not a big gamer. I play with my friends some, but I mean, I'm going to be doing it on the Amazon Fire TV Stick now. That is for sure. Head to Amazon.com/Fire TV Locked On to get started. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription and compatible controller required. Available on select devices, including Fire TV Stick 4K, Fire TV Stick 4K Max, and Fire TV Cube. So the baseball team goes on the road, and they are, of course, taking on the Arkansas Razorbacks. Arkansas. What did I say? Arkansas? What's going on with me? It's Friday. The Arkansas Razorbacks in Fayetteville, and they go on the road and find a way to win the first game of this series. I'll tell you what. I mean, there's no doubt there that I did not feel great about this series. Those of you that are, listened to the preview of it a little bit yesterday. I mean, I know that we've been playing good ball. I mean, the series win over Tennessee and the sweep of the South Carolina Gamecocks. I mean, we'd won a lot of games in a row. You had to feel pretty good about it, but this is a really good baseball team. We were playing them at their place. It was hard to feel good heading into this baseball game, and the Aggies find a way to get things done. So the Aggies score one in the top of the first from a Caden Sorrell single. Arkansas then answers with 2 runs of their own in the bottom of the first. Then another punch in the mouth from A&M, scoring 3 in the top of the second, making it 4-2. Then in the bottom of the third, Arkansas ties it up 4-4. Then the Aggies get 2 in the top of the fifth to make it 6-4. And the insurance run in the top of the ninth, which we'll talk about here in a minute. So in this game, you get 2 hits from Wyatt Hensler. You get 2 hits from Caden Kent, who's just been playing such good baseball. You get a hit from Caden Sorrell. You obviously get a hit from Jace. You get 2 hits from Jamal George. Just a solid, 9 hits against a really good pitcher and a really good staff. I mean, this was this was, I think, a pretty darn good offensive performance in a Thursday night, Friday night, first game of the series, SEC type of game. So, you get I think that the home run from Jace, I don't know. I know that they didn't score in the bottom of the ninth, so it didn't really matter. But I'm just telling y'all, I think that that home run from Jace, I think it deflated anything that Arkansas could have thrown at you. I think that home run, and that home run's a great example of why I think Jace is going to be such a good MLB player. And that, simply because he found a way to take a pitch like that with that high velocity and take it the other way for a long homer. And I mean, that just shows you right there why he's going to be such a special pro. But that run was huge. I just think if it was 6-4, there would have been a little bit of gas left in the tank for the Hogs. It just seemed like that home run deflated everybody involved, the players, the coaches, the fans. That was a big-time homer. And listen, Weston Moss is an absolute freaking dog. He is one of my favorite pitchers in a long time because he just has that intensity. He has that screw you mentality, which I love as a pitcher. I mean, once again, as a former pitcher myself, like, you have to have that mentality. Screw you. I mean, up there on the mound, you can't, you got to be willing to attack. You got to be willing to throw your pitches. You got to be willing to attack with, your stuff in the zone. And that's what he always does. I mean, that changeup fastball mix is just deadly. His changeup is nasty. I talked about that changeup he threw to Petrie last week, where we ended up walking it off with the Sorrell long bomb against South Carolina to win that game in extras. I mean, stuff like that. Weston Moss has been huge for this baseball team. Brian Prager, I mean, it was not 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs. I mean, he wasn't great. But I mean, he got it to Weston Moss, and Weston Moss said, listen, y'all ain't scoring again. Moss struck out 5, no earned runs, only 3 hits, 1 walk in 5 innings. I mean, just a great outing from Weston Moss, who continues to prove that he is one of the best relievers in, I think, all college baseball. I mean, he's another future MLB player, not only because of the changeup fastball mix. He needs to work on his third pitch. I know he's got one, but he needs to continue to develop it. But I'm telling you this, that mentality is what makes a special pitcher, and he has it. And you have to have it to be good. But, this win gets the Aggies to 7-9 in SEC play. I've talked about it. I think the magic number is 13 SEC wins. If you win this series, I think you want that magic number to go up to probably 14. I mean, I just think that you win this series against Arkansas, I just think we'll be feeling a lot better. I mean, you got to go play Texas, another game. You want to win that series because of everything going on there with coach and there being a rival, but you just for sure have to win one. I think you need to win that LSU series. You need to win or sweep that Missouri series. So if you do that, let's say you win the Missouri, win the LSU, win 1 against Texas, 1 against Georgia, that would add 6 wins. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's, I mean, right there. If you don't win again in this Arkansas series, you lose your next 2 games and you lose that series. Then you go win 1 at Texas. You win the series against LSU. You win the series against Missouri, and you win a game against Georgia. I mean, and I think that's without predicting a sweep against Missouri. I mean, that gets you to 12 right there. If you win 1 this weekend, I think you put yourself in a great spot to get to that 13 wins. Now, we can win the series against Texas and against Georgia on the road. It's possible, but I mean, you just can't get swept in any of these series. And then you've got to win the series against Missouri for sure and LSU for sure. A sweep over Missouri would go a long way too. But I mean, this baseball team is playing good ball right now. If you can find a way to win this series, if Old Lamp can have a good night on the bump tonight, it would be huge. But not done yet. I mean, it was a huge win, but if you just find a way to win this baseball series, it would be massive for the rest of the season. Want to have a short little conversation about the upcoming spring game, which we will talk about coming up right here on Locked On Aggies. So the football team has a very, very important game coming up tomorrow, which is, of course, the spring game. And, this spring game, what it is to me is it's an opportunity to go and see the some of these you want to see that some of your you want to see your transfers, you want to see a guy like Marcel Reed throw the ball well, but also for me, this is an opportunity for two things: the young players, the freshmen, the up and coming sophomores, and the players that we need to see a big jump from. I think DJ Hicks is a great example, players like that. This is an opportunity to see those guys. So what I'm paying attention to most in this game, I want to see Marcel Reed throw the football well. That's, of course, step one. But I also want to see a good day from some of these young players that we are hoping take a step and help. So I think another great example is, I think once again, I think another great example for this is, Terry Bussey. I'd love to see Terry Bussey have a good day. There's a lot of players that we anticipate showing up well and performing well. But I talk about this a lot, building hype for the future, building hype for next season. You want to see some players like Terry Bussey, like Marcel Reed, like Shaw. There's a lot of guys you want to see show up and show out in this game. So I'm excited about this. I think it's an opportunity. It's fun for the fans. It's fun for me. It's something we'll talk about all next week. There's a lot of exciting things that are going to come from this game. But at the end of the day, we want to see some things tomorrow that get us fired up for the future. That is the goal. What can get us fired up for the future of this program? So I'm really looking forward to this football game tomorrow. So we'll be watching it, and then we will talk about it on Monday. It's going to be Monday and probably the rest of the week. So everyone tune in tomorrow. And then, I'll have a show on it, of course, on Monday. And then let me know in the YouTube comments on Monday after it happens. I want to hear everyone's thoughts on the game, who stood out. We'll have a lot of conversations come from that on Monday's show. But a big baseball series still. We got 2 more games. So let's win this damn series. This would be I think this puts our chances. I'd say our chances right now of making the postseason are probably like 55%. I think if you win this series, they go up to 65%, just like that, just from winning one of your next 2 games. So find a way to win this series. It would be massive. That's going to do it for today's episode of Locked On Aggies. And this week here at Locked On Aggies, thank you all so much for being here. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Helps the show out a ton. If you're listening on the podcast platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever, leave a 5-star review. That helps the show out as well. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Enjoy the spring game. Enjoy this baseball series. And we'll see you on Monday right here on Locked On Aggies.